Hey guys, this is Eric Weingartner with Weingartner Racing with another video. For those who are new to the channel, let me explain how it works. Because I'm sorry for the people that already subscribed, but literally there's like 500 new ones since last week. But the way that the channel works is Sunday I usually put out a heavy tech video, and this one will be about the differences between a dirty port versus a clean port as far as flow wise goes. And I'm not talking like, oh, rough casting flash. I'm talking about carbon built up. So I'm getting ready to flow it here in a second to get that video ready. But that'll be one. And then usually on Wednesday I do a product review, like this past Wednesday was over the manifold I finished. And then on Friday, which is today, it's something to do with racing. Either one of my projects like the S10 or the Camaro or whatever. Or talk about different stuff. So that's what this one's about. So this one has an interesting question. But before I do, one of my videos before, that's actually the highest viewed one now, I started off with a story about someone doing something good. Well, it happened again. So I thought I'd share, because you can read or watch YouTube, Facebook, whatever, and you'll see a whole bunch of negative stuff, but rarely any positive. So I'm going to share one. Went to the barber shop yesterday to get my hair cut, and I go to Indian Springs Barber Shop in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. Super great people. Well, anyway, I'm waiting my turn. The guy in front of me gets his hair cut and everything, and the barbershop guy is like, no charge. And I was like, wow, because I told you before, the last time I mentioned it was because someone had paid for someone else's meal. This time the barber was like, no charge, and it's because the guy was getting his wedding was like in the next 2 days. But here's the thing, I know you're thinking, well, he was just cutting the guy a nice break and stuff. I don't know a lot of female stylists that cut a woman's hair for free for the wedding. But here's the other thing, he wasn't a regular customer. It was like his first time, or not even his first time there. I think it goes like a couple times a year, period, if he's just around. I thought it was a cool thing, so I'm sharing it. But anyway, let's get to today's video. Okay, so you could say I'm stupid and this is a dumb idea, but I got bored, so sometimes I think when I'm grinding. So this is this one. I wondered what would happen, would the truck actually run faster with the carb on it? If you remember, I dynoed with this carburetor. Now it's been on the dyno since with a different engine, so the jetting's a little different, but so I'd have to bring it back. But I actually dynoed with this carburetor. Now currently the S10 is running the Sniper, Super Sniper 650 kit, and the stealth one looks kind of like a carburetor. And honestly, the first unit was a turd, and I'll try to attach a video so you can see what I'm talking about. But anyway, the first one gave me a bunch of problems. They sent me this other unit, and it's been pretty good. It's taken me a while to get the tune-up all figured out, and I've had a lot of help from other people, and it's gotten along the way. I will say this for all those EFI guys, I think it's going to solve everything if you just switch from a carburetor to EFI. I'll go ahead and tell you, I have now spent, for sure, easily twice the amount of time I ever spent on any carburetor on that EFI, as far as tuning-wise goes. The only difference is my hands didn't get gas on them, so there's that. However, I'll be honest with you, I like it. It does start right up. I will say this on the Sniper thing, and I'll show you in just a second. If you go from a cold start, hold on, let me turn off the air conditioner. If you go from a cold start and you just go to start it up, like first time of the day, it will not start up instantly, like won't just bust off. What you need to do is you have to actually, on the Sniper, just crack the throttle a little bit. And the reason why is because it does its initial shot to start up, but it's blowing the fuel right over the blade, so none of it's actually getting into the engine. So if you just crack it, then it goes in the plenum, and it can be sucked from it, and it starts right off. After the first one, like the first one of the day, never have to do that again. I'm just telling you that just as a little heads up. But it always starts up. And its responsiveness, and I love this carburetor, but that Sniper EFI, way more responsive. But I don't know if it's faster. So I switched it before when I had problems with the first Sniper setup, and I switched to the carburetor, and I did it really quick. So I'm going to show you how I switch it, and then I want you guys to put in comments, what do you think I should keep the Sniper or do the carb? Because because I want to go to the drag strip again. I'm not going to wait till the fall, but I'm going to wait till a better weekend, and I'm going to try to test, just put the carburetor on and run it and see what it does. Am I going to leave it on there permanently? No, because I really do like this. The EFI has so many other things about it, like data logging and stuff, that for now makes it cool. But I really am curious to see if it actually is running faster or the same or whatnot. So anyway, please put a comment if you'd like, if you want to do it, like you think the carburetor's faster or you think the Sniper's faster, and I'll try to let you know. But anyway, here's how you switch it over. And I'll show you out in the truck, out in the S10 here in just a second in the video. But one, of course, to take off the Sniper, put on the carburetor. Duh. You need this. This is a Holley regulator. Now I got the Holley Sniper master kit when I ordered my Sniper, so it has its own high pressure fuel pressure regulator for the Sniper. I tried turning it all the way down so it would go down to like 6.5 psi for this to run, and it wouldn't do it. Solution's this one. So first off, got to change the regulator. So I got to put fittings in this. It's the same thing. It's a return style, so that's the return inlet and outlet. Pretty simple. So that's all the same. So change the regulator. That's one. Now I do have an extra wiring harness, so I kind of show you, and I'll show you in the truck in just a second. You see, if you ever get the Sniper, you'll see this big blue wire. See this one? If you read it, it says for fuel pump positive. So, you know, I'll show you underneath my dash in a second. This one, what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna do a jumper across, and I'm gonna put it connected to a different switch so that when because the Sniper is actually what turns this on. It will send the positive to this and activates its relay, and the fuel pump kicks on. But since the Sniper wouldn't be engaged, you need some way to turn on the fuel pump, because I'm going to use the same fuel pump that came on the Sniper as this. And yes, I've done it before. So I'm just going to hook it up to a switch, that'll fire, and that'll turn the fuel pump on and everything will go. I'm showing you that. There's also this bundle here for the Super Snipers. If you have a regular Sniper, you don't have this, or you may not have as many. Well, I take that back. Every Sniper will have this, because what you can do, and it gives you a way to do it, is you can have the Sniper activate fans. That's what they call it. You can activate 2 fans. I've got one of the Sniper is activating my electric water pump. The other one's activating my fan. Well, without the Sniper, how do I turn those on? Well, the way the Sniper works is it's ground activated, and it only ground activates the relay. So in other words, there's a relay, and I'll show you in a second. And the ground for just the relay, not for because this relay is a little different. But there'll be a positive and a negative, and those ones go directly to like a battery source. And then you've got a positive and negative actually for the relay to cause it to engage. The negative one is actually the one that goes to your Sniper, and that's what it does, the ground for that, and causes it. Once that ground hits, the powers up the fans or water pumps, in my case. So that's how it works. The positive is always on a switch. So you have 2 main ones that go through it. I'll show you mine. This one's not as advanced as the one you'll see on the S10. But anyway, what I'm going to do is I'll have the ground from the relay just go directly to the chassis. And then since it already has a switch that's connected to that gives power to it, but it won't be activated until the Sniper's activated, all I have to do is hook up the ground. And then as soon as I turn on my switch for my fan or water pump, they'll kick on anyway. That's it. So let me show you on the truck though, because it makes way better sense to see it there. Also, I get to show you the new parts for the truck. And I don't know that it'll make it any faster, but we'll see. Okay, so I'm in the S10, and I kind of want to show you what I'm talking about. I haven't started it up yet, but part of the reason for wanting to switch to the carburetor is because it's got an exhaust leak again, because I hate these headers. And for the record, I've ordered new ones. I've ordered some from Lemons. There'll be a 1 3/4 step to 1 7/8. They're long tube. They'll have a merge collector on them. There'll be a 3-inch collector. They should be great. These are pieces of crap. But anyway, I haven't started up yet today. All my switches are up top, which I don't know if the camera could see, but we'll pretend you can. I'll show you in a second. But anyway, so I turn on my ignition, my water pump, and you should see, maybe that will light up. Yep, hear the fuel pump working. If I were right now tried starting it and I just turned my starter, what would happen is it'd take forever to go and finally it bust off. Instead, I just lightly crack the throttle, and then it starts up. See? Now you can hear the exhaust leak. That tapping. Back in and out. See, it goes away with RPM though, which I guess it's okay. There it is again. It's not a miss, I promise you. It's a collector gasket there and there. I hate them. This is the 3rd time to change it. Anyway, let me show you the wiring. Okay, you just heard it run, but I want to show you the switch panel. This is what you probably didn't see, but it's up top. You can see it on one of my other videos. But like when I turn on the water pump, what it really is doing, this switch here, all it's really doing is turning on the relay, like giving power to the relay. The main power is coming from 12 volt from the battery and the ground. That's how that relay works. This just activates the relay, I should say. So anyway, I point that out because I'm gonna use that switch to activate both the water pump, the fan, and the fuel pump, but it's only activating the relay. So it's not, because otherwise it would be too much amps to draw from just one switch, but it's really just activating the relay, and the relay is the one that pulls more of the juice. But anyway, let me show you what I'm talking about, what wires I have to switch. So this is, remember that Sniper thing I was telling you here? This is the blue wire here. Somewhere in this bundle here. Yep, there it is. You can tell I got a shrink wrap on it. Let me see if I can show you right there. I've already got a union because I've done this before. I'll take this off and I will disconnect that one, and that will go over here to this block, because this is where the power is for the switches for the fan and stuff. So I'll bring one in there, and from that point on it'll be good. Now I know some of you wonder, well, what are you gonna do about the ignition? Well, remember I have the MSD ignition. Let me show you on the fuel pump stuff, or the water pump stuff, what's gonna change. That's the relay for the water pump, and that's the one for the fan. They work the similar way. The blue wires is for the water pump, and the green should be for the fan. But let me show you. This black one here is the ground. I don't know if you can see it very well. This black one right here is the ground that goes to the Sniper. So what I'll do with this, as you can tell, there it is. I'll disconnect this, use a jumper to go right to the ground over here. So this way that's grounded. The power is already being fed. So I'll look at it here. Well, maybe it is. Yeah, the power is being fed in from that switch just to activate it. And this is a red positive. I'm sorry, I told you there was a ground on these. There's not. They're just a red positive that goes into it. The ground's actually on the device. In other words, like the water pump and the fan. Anyway, all I have to do, because I've done it before, is just ground those to the chassis, and then run the that's it really. As soon as they're grounded to the chassis, as soon as I turn on the water pump or fan, they'll turn on, and that's pretty much it. Pretty simple. I know you're looking at this tape here because I can't remember what I did it for. I used to label stuff. That just tells me it's the light. Anyway, there's that. Someone's probably gonna criticize me. I'm open to criticisms on this. It works. I run it both ways. So I'll even show you, hopefully I can attach a video real quick so you can see me running with the carb, just like I told you. Now, for the next upgrade, these. Okay, the truck did get redone, and I got this kit from Amazon, and it had the upper control arms and lower control arms, the tie rod ends and all that. It was like $260. For the record, they're garbage. I ended up changing the tie rod ends because they were trash. I stripped out one of the top pieces, tightening it, and that shouldn't happen. So these are like AutoZone replacements. But anyway, they've been working good, except for I went to the track. Now I come back and that side, I know you can hear this because it's bugging me. Luckily the exhaust is loud so you can't hear it. Oh, now there you are. Hear that squeak? It never does it all the time. Anyway, that's part of it, is from the, I think, the control arms. The other thing is I think something's in the spring pad itself, so I'm going to change them. The other reason for it, I don't think it'll make the truck go any faster at all. The other reason is, I haven't said this yet, but the truck's going to the chassis shop in the fall. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have them cut from here forward off an all tube, and then I'm going to have them cut down where the cross member, or where it goes underneath the engine, and make it tube so I can run a normal pan and put a racket pinion in. Hopefully I'll lose some weight, but he was going to put control arms on anyway, so I just went ahead and got them. But I want to show you them. Right now you're having a hard time getting stuff, so I'll show you what I got. This is the lower control arms from UMI. This one has the bucket for the regular shock, which is great because I already have the regular shock. I have coilovers, but they bolt like a normal one. They don't bolt like our other coilover. Now you notice I have two different ones here for the uppers. Initially I bought this one. This is the Summit brand one that fits an S10. You know what sucks about it? Or maybe it doesn't suck, depending on how you look at it. See how the bar moves back and forth? Now you can put bolts in, which they do come with bolts, so you can adjust that, which is great, kind of, because then you can move this one forward or backwards. Your ball joint, I think it's your caster, one of those changes with that. Don't quote me on that. It could be either one. I'm not a chassis guy. But anyway, I didn't like that wasn't already kind of locked in place. And my worst thing I didn't like about it is, you see what's missing? It has this hard bushing and no way to oil it. The QA1 oiled, so I can grease them. Also, it's got a better ball joint. So this was like $100 more than these, but there's no way that you can even surface rust right now. There's no way to oil or get any lubrication. Eventually, I bet it's going to be the same sound. The UMI ones have theirs on the bottom. So these will be changed. I'm waiting until the headers come in, because I bet you I'm going to end up having to take off the headers to get the upper control arm off. Let me show you. Maybe not on this side, but I think this side. Because you can see the bolt here for the control arm. There's the header. I don't think I can get it far enough forward to get them off. But anyway, there's that. I'm going to attach a couple videos. One with me having the problems with the Sniper EFI, the initial one, not this one. This one works good. And then also another video with the carburetor, and then with me driving with the carburetor and open headers. And then hopefully you'll see, I guess that's about it. If you see something else, it's because it's there. It's kind of hot, so I'm forgetting stuff. Muggy too. Anyway, there's that. Thanks for watching. Probably not the greater videos I've ever done. Tune back in on Sunday for some tech stuff. LS heads. I'm gonna go on the air conditioning and flow that LS head dirty and see what she does. But thanks for watching. One other thing I should mention while I'm sweating my balls off inside this truck that I forgot to tag onto this. Part of the reason for trying the carburetor is because I'm not sure if the O2 sensor is reading right, because with the exhaust leak, it's going to cause the O2 sensors to read like they're leaner, and then it's going to give it more fuel. I did bring some spark plugs and went to the track, and they looked fine. It looked like what I think it should be, but it wasn't leaking as bad then. However, I've also turned off the self-learn, so it doesn't come on till at least above 2,000, or I shouldn't say self-learn, where it goes into closed loop above 2,000, so it starts correcting then. So I don't know if it's going to change anything because of that exhaust leak, but the carburetor doesn't care if there's an exhaust leak. I mean, the engine cares, but the carburetor won't. EFI with this, if you have an exhaust leak, especially at idle, it'll make one way rich, even though your AFRs will look like they're lean. So, because it's seeing oxygen from the leak. Anyway, that's kind of reason for trying this too. I hate these headers. Like, I can't even explain this. Turn it off. You ready?